here too, so that we can be all on and here together. Yeah. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I want to let you know that we are live. It is the 27th of May. How the hell can that possibly be?
Every show I do, I'm like, it's the whatever of whatever, and every time I'm like, what? How are we having 2021?
Yeah, I don't get it at all. But it is, and it's about 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we're happy to be here. So I do want to let you guys know that we're in the chat room, and you can find it by heading over to 12radio.com. That's number 2 radio.com. Click on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. And Chris is our handy dandy producer standing by, and he'll gladly let you in the room. And that's how to find us. You'll see our banner at the top of the page where we are chatting it up. And that's what we have going on. So also, we are live streaming this event as well. You can find that at Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic or on Facebook or Domestic Mystic on YouTube. So if you'd rather watch than listen, that's the way to do it.
Brave souls.
Yeah. So, of course, I am here with my partner in crime, the unmistakable, unforgettable Miss Kelly McLean. So, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you? I feel very... that full moon kind of walloped me.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little bit of a rough week.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I had some other things that made it very emotional for me anyway, but so I feel very like I just feel like an airhead today.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it kind of hit me that way too. Well, I got up yesterday morning. I really wanted to see the eclipse, and it would have happened at like 5:13 at my house. So I got up at 5. I even went to bed early, which is crazy for me. And I got up at 5 and I went out front, and it was just overcast and cloudy. But they weren't really dark clouds. They were pretty light. So I thought maybe it's there and I'm just not looking at the right place in the sky, And I have a lot of trees on my property. So I thought, well, maybe I'm just getting blocked. So I got in my car in my pajamas, right? And I drove down the road and down to like a business complex that, of course, wouldn't open for a few hours, where the sky is much more accessible, right? And got out of my car in my pajamas, and I'm looking all around, and no, it was just cloud cover. There's no way I was going to see it. And I was like, haven't you done enough true crime to know what a stupid idea this is? And like, no one in your house is awake, nor do they have any idea you got in your car and went somewhere in your jammies with no identification. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Yeah. So I went home and I went back to bed. But yeah, we couldn't. We just had no chance of seeing it here.
It has to be something pretty spectacular for me to get up super early and go into the outdoors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an eclipse for me, that's spectacular enough. I'm not usually a 5 a.m.er, that's for sure.
The solar eclipse. Okay, but someone will take pictures. I'll look at those. It'll be fine.
Yes, I demanded them on my page because, I didn't get to see it. And I did get some really good ones. I didn't. Other people got some good ones. Yeah, for sure.
Take a decent picture on my phone of a moon.
No, me neither. No, me neither. It's not. It's really hard to have the right like settings to take a good picture of the moon.
Yeah, Samsung phones have done a better job of that in the past. I just got an iPhone and I haven't tested such things, but it just ends up, because it can be spectacular in person when you take a picture like nothing.
And it's just a weird bright light in the sky. Yeah. Oh no, it's very disappointing. Yeah. So I want to say hi to Quelly. And Kelly, she says she can't hear you. Well, weird. I'm hoping they can hear you on the radio stream. So maybe we can fix that. Because I can hear you, but maybe I can only hear you through the radio stream. I don't know. Yeah, that is weird.
Big headset, but I guess I don't have to.
So
I have to
yeah.
change my.
All right,
change
we'll
my
see if
stuff.
that works. All right. So hello, Jane. She just said your sound is really low. So maybe this will change that.
You know what? I bet I set it up in Skype. It's so complicated. Okay, you guys, give me a second to get into my settings. In the meantime, read my lips.
Yeah.
Where is the sound really low? In the live feed or in the radio? This is great radio.
Live feed.
Okay.
Live feed. Yeah.
I think
well, you
I
know.
should switch my sources.
Isn't Mercury just almost retrograde as well?
Oh yeah, but it feels like it's been retrograde all damn week.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
Okay, so the reason I sound very quiet is because there I am.
She hears you now. Okay.
Is that better, everybody? Let me know.
Sounds like it.
Sorry.
Crisis averted.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yay.
Awesome. Okay, JR says she can hear you, Jane. Yep, we're all set to go.
Okay, good. I don't have to wear this anyway.
So big busy week at my house because my kid is graduating from high school tomorrow.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that wild? My baby is graduating. Yeah. So that's good. That's exciting. I'm honestly like all of the senior stuff this month and like all the finishing stuff, softball ending and, you know, just prom and all this stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'm honestly I am tired and ready. I'm very ready for graduation.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So I'm glad. However, they took a big risk and planned an outdoor event. Yeah. Which is how they are handling like COVID basically, you know, which I think is a great idea, except for that our weather is so up and down this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it looks like it's supposed to be beautiful. So
well, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah. We 2 nights ago with softball, because you know Scott and I are on the softball board for the little girls. So we've been field managers for the last 6 weeks. Like every single weeknight, we have 2 or 3 games. Mm-hmm. So you're the ones that like chalk the field and get the umpires set up, and you know hang out and watch the game and help coach the umpires, and also you know stand people down if you have to if they're being shitty. And we've had very little of that, but
I want that job.
Yeah. And it's been a ton of fun. You guys, to watch like the 6-year-olds and the 8-year-olds play softball is the cutest thing you've ever seen in all of your life. Mm-hmm. But there's a little girl on one of the 10U teams who we have watched her the whole season. She hits a home run every time she gets up.
Wow.
Why? Because she just doesn't stop running. She hits the ball and she runs all the way to home. And these little girls, they're so overwhelmed by it. They don't know what to do with her. So she gets that home run. I'm guessing she has siblings that play because she slides and, you know, she's got her skills down. But the home runs are hysterical because she knows what's up. But anyway, so 2 nights ago, we started our games and everything was completely fine. And I swear to God, out of absolutely nowhere, the sky just turned black, the wind whipped up, and we just started getting pelted with rain.
Oh my God.
Thunder, lightning, the whole, like I had to stop a game like partway through an inning and send everyone to their cars.
Oh my gosh.
But then I talked to one of our other managers who was in a town over, and it hit them first. And she said, literally, she goes, if you guys wait 20 minutes, it'll be over. She said, that's what happened here. So I said, let's wait then, and because maybe we can play the next games. Sure enough, it moved through us. The field was wet, but other than that, by the time we got to the second games, the sky was blue again. No wind, nothing. It was just over. It was the craziest little tempest that blew up. It was awful, but
that's weird.
You know, yeah.
I would freak out because I don't have any weather where I live. There's like 2.5 seasons, and none of it is very interesting, which is good, but
yeah.
Also boring.
That one was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But also, guess what happened this morning? So I've been building my little murder of crows, you know, and I'm feeding them every day. And I go out and I blow the crow call, and I blow it the exact same way. And I blow it 4 times. And you'll see them now. They're like in my trees, the neighbors' trees, we have a nest, a crow nest in one of our poplars. Like they're really coming in. They completely eat. I take a full cup of food out there every day, and it's gone in like 2 hours.
What kind of food are you giving them?
They get peanuts, they get cat food, and they get like a sunflower peanut kind of nutty mix of stuff. Yeah, they love it. Sometimes they leave some peanut skins in the bowl, and that's it. But I know they don't like those. Who knew?
It's fucking, well, they don't have teeth.
Right? They just don't like it. But maybe they're bitter. I don't know. So anyway, today when I went out to feed them, one of them was in one of my trees and one of the other ones was across the street in the neighbor's yard just pecking around. And I thought, because before, in the past, when I feed them, they won't come and eat until I go in the house. They'll wait until I have gone in the house and shut the door. And then I can stand at the window and watch them, but they won't eat. I was like, they're coming pretty close, so I wonder. So I just sat on the steps and just sat quietly. And sure enough, they came and started eating.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then this magpie showed up because she apparently thought that she was invited to the party and, probably heard the crow call, right?
Yeah.
And they kicked her ass.
Rude.
I know. They sent her out of there in no time. They were both like, this is not your yard.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love birds.
I know. Poor girl. Scott was mad. He's like, I would have been feeding the magpies if it was me. I'm like, really? Because I fed them 2 years ago and you were mad at me because they were being mean to the doves. So there's just no way to win this.
Being mean to the doves? Is that what you said?
Being mean to the doves. Yeah, the magpies were.
Probably everybody picks on the doves.
They stole a dove baby out of a nest and killed it.
That's not good.
In the front yard. Scott was so mad. Yeah.
My mom's dog catches things. I guess she brought a dead but huge dove into the house the other day. We've never had a dog that does much. So, and this dog is so, I don't know, she's kind of a goober, but if my mom doesn't keep an eye on her during this time of year when the blue jays nest, she will kill the fledglings as they're trying to learn how to fly. And I'm like, that's just wrong. That's not okay.
Right.
Dogs aren't supposed to do that. Well, I mean, hunting dogs, yeah, but like a domesticated weird lap dog, like that's very strange.
So naughty.
She's very murdery. It's weird. Pippi wouldn't be able to kill a bug if I depended on it.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. My chihuahuas couldn't, but our corgi, he has killed squirrels before and left them on the back porch, and that horrified me to no end.
Yeah.
But so Scott keeps, he's been really naughty about it. Actually, he's constantly like, "Well, you got all these crows here now. Everything else is going to be dead." So I just sing that Lion King song to him, "The Circle of Life."
Gosh.
Like, I don't know what to do about that. I said, well, because I'm feeding them, maybe they'll, be less killy,
Killy.
Yeah. So maybe what I'm actually doing is a service to the bird community because I'm feeding the crows so they don't really have a reason to rob nests and, be jerks.
Yeah, that's it. That's a ticket.
Yeah, there you go. That's the justification right there. Anyway.
That's cool.
Well, good. So everything is well in your world otherwise?
Yeah, other than the full moon and just having too many human feelings. Meh. We're good over here. Just the usual cat nonsense and teenager nonsense and nothing major.
Yeah, okay. I get it. When are the kids out of school?
They get out, I think, June 9th or something. They started a little bit late because COVID. Mm-hmm. If I can remember, I think they were kind of waffling on whether or not to try to do school in person or not when school started here. And then they pushed it back a week or so to figure out how to do the online thing better than last year when it was sort of cobbled together from March to May or June. It's all a blur. Like, it's just so strange. And
right.
Cliff is back on campus. So I have to get up and take him to school, but Mandy opted to stay here for the remainder of the year. And then hopefully in the fall, they'll both go back to campus and have a normal school day. Just for the routine and the socialization, I think is going to help a lot. But it's confusing because I had them both home for so long, and now I only have one home, and I never know what's happening. That's nothing new, honestly, but
I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least they're almost done. It's been, I have never, ever really struggled to get Mars to go to school until this last semester. And she kills me because she's determined to keep her grades. So she has a 3.95 now, I think, that she's been determined to, stay in that range, but she doesn't want to go to school. Well, she had a speech class first hour that she hated.
In high school, that's interesting.
Yeah. And she hated it because, we're a little bit more right wing or left wing. Oh my God, left wing in our house. And at her school, that's really not the norm at all.
Not really the norm in your whole state.
She got to sit through a lot of speeches that were really homophobic, that were really discriminatory towards others kinds of things.
Yeah.
And that really bothered her. She was very tired of it.
That would be very hard to sit through.
Yeah, she was really sick of it. Well, in attacking, like this kid did a whole speech based on the idea that most, with no actual basis in fact, that most criminals are atheists because people who are Christian aren't criminals because they understand the consequences with God.
Oh, for the love, I would be, oh God, oh my God.
Yeah, she was so furious. She was texting me the whole time.
Yeah.
Like if her teachers ever confiscate her phone, she'll get kicked out of school. Because of the words she was using. She was so mad.
That would be very hard to stomach.
But it's not a debate class, it's a speech class. So there's no like arguing back, there's no fighting back. It's just listening to this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so anyway, but because of that, what she did speeches about Planned Parenthood, she did speeches about abortion, she did speeches about sexual assault,
that motherfucker.
Right? Pretty much, yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
She did a speech about crime rate that was actually, factually correct. So she went,
imagine that.
I'll fight fire with fire in an intelligent way. Anyway, she got the maximum amount of absences allowed, which with COVID, it's a lot. Like you can miss 12 times.
Wow.
And yesterday morning, she said, I'm going to use my 12th absence. And I was just like, why are you playing with fire here? And she goes, I've already given my final speech. I can't sit through any more of this shit. I am not going.
Oh, man.
So she didn't go.
So if you miss more than 12, do you fail the class?
Not really, especially as a senior and during COVID, because we've been sick too, We haven't had COVID, but we've been sick. Yeah. Not really. She'd just have to petition and write a letter explaining why she's missed so much. But,
because I hate you all and I can't tolerate your incessant bullshit and ignorance, I would rather snuggle with a pig.
On the couch than come and listen to this shit. I'd rather stay home and let my mom make me do housework than listen to any more of this shit.
I'd rather clean up after the pig than listen to the shit that comes out of your faces. Love, Miss Weaver.
Yep.
Love your kids. They're all badass.
Yep. So, that's pretty much where it's at. So, anyway, but at least it's over. Like she's got just an easy day today and then just like, graduation practice tomorrow. So it's over.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Next year, this time, I will have a high school graduation and a junior high graduation probably in the same week. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca said she'll probably like college so much more. Probably. Except for that she's going to college in Montana, and she was a little worried about more of the same.
Uh-huh.
But, hopefully not so much. But
generally, colleges tend to be more liberal, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, both of my older kids were both very pleasantly surprised with their colleges, that they were super liberal.
Even here, Cal State was very liberal.
Yeah.
The instructors were.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, JR, I just saw. So something huge just happened in the Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's messaging to me right now as we speak. So I don't know, you guys have heard me talk about this case a lot. They're the people that killed their children and buried them in the backyard.
And their exes.
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and their spouses. And and they've killed a bunch of people. So they were actually finally charged with first-degree murder charges a couple of days ago. And so it's been a huge buzz. There's been a lot going on. Yesterday, they had an arraignment, and they refused to, they didn't arraign Lori. They started to go through the arraignment, and her lawyer objected. They had a sidebar, came back and said they weren't going to do it today. So just now, there is a ruling from the court that she is not competent to stand trial.
Not competent or is competent?
Not.
Oh.
No, not mentally competent to stand trial at this time.
Yeah. That seems like bullshit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to know because she's quite the shapeshifter, but I figured that that's exactly what this was about. But, so people are now like, now they think she's just going to get off the hook. She's not. What it means is now she will have to receive some psychological care until she is found competent to stand trial. So it's possible that she'll be transferred to a mental health facility, a prison that is meant for mental health care of some sort. Or it's possible she'll receive it in-house. But basically what's going to happen now, there's no insanity plea in Idaho.
Oh.
And so they're just going to put the brakes on her case right now and work on her mental health. So basically, I'm not surprised because I had heard from a confidential source that at the jail, when they served her with all of these first-degree murder charges of her children, that she was completely nonplussed. She was just like, okay, that was it. Her attorney's been really concerned about her mental health since March. He's had a stay in place on the other case since March because she's not, and he asked for a psych eval in March. And anyway, I mean, we all know she's badonkers. This whole situation is, totally off the rails.
Yeah.
So anyway, total sidebar to what we're actually talking about. But anyhow, everybody's messaging me with that right now. So I'm kind of there. And also, she also has just received another charge that happened today in Arizona. Arizona police have submitted conspiracy to commit first-degree murder charges against her in the death of her husband.
Oh wow.
So anyway, she's having quite the day.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
Is that a death penalty case, or do you know yet?
It is. Well, no, we don't know yet. It's on the table.
Okay.
Does
her competency change that?
Potentially.
I would think so.
Maybe for her, maybe not for her husband.
Yeah.
Because he is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Because he's charged in both of the children's deaths and his wife.
Oh.
And so it's possible. I think in the case of his wife, it's very likely that he will get the death penalty. So it's on the table. Apparently, the prosecution has 60 days to report to the defense whether or not they're going to go for that or not.
Couldn't your daughter have argued about, if it was a debate class, she could have used that case as
Right.
rebuttal to that stupid Christians don't commit crimes nonsense,
right?
Because that whole whatever they believed,
Yeah,
the Daybell people.
Definitely. But have you guys also been hearing about this Love Has Won cult and what's going on with that?
No.
Okay, so there's been this cult called Love Has Won.
Has it?
And
okay,
right?
Didn't know.
Has it though?
Yeah. No.
So there's this woman named Amy Carlson who, when she was like 30, she had 3 little kids at home, worked at McDonald's, pretty normal life. She met some guy online who convinced her that he is Father God and that she's Mother God and she's supposed to join him. And so she joined him. She left her children, abandoned them, and moved to Colorado, from Texas to Colorado, to join him and become Mother God. Well, pretty soon they broke up. And Father God hit the bricks, but Mother God stayed around and formed a cult. So for the last 13 years, she's been building this cult following of people. And it's like this weird mix of New Age, alt-right Christianity, QAnon beliefs.
Well, that's sort of like the new black right now.
And Hopi.
That's a twist.
Beliefs, right? All, and other like indigenous cultures, kind of all like twisted up together in this really effed up box.
That's very strange.
Yeah. But she, it is way strange. So like they've been on Facebook, I guess, and YouTube. They live stream for many hours every day from their 3 different houses where their people live. And apparently she had gotten really sick. But her teachings go against getting medical care.
Mm.
So they were telling everyone she had cancer, but there's no proof she had cancer because she never actually went to the doctor. But anyway, she died recently.
Was this the one where the corpse was kept in the house? Oh, okay, I did hear about this.
Mm-hmm. She died recently, and they actually finally somebody reported that there was a dead body in a house, and they found her quite decomposed body stuffed in a sleeping bag on an altar wrapped in Christmas lights.
Oh my God.
And where her eye sockets, her eyes had actually decomposed away.
Oh my God.
And they had filled her eye sockets with glitter. Yeah.
That is not okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, glitter.
Oh my God. Well, anybody who listens to me knows that I have a total glitter fetish, but that is not okay. The glitter gods have spoken, and that is an improper use of glitter under any circumstance. That's horrible.
Right. It's not right.
God. The Christmas lights, that just kills me. I want to be a fly on the wall for that little cult meeting. What should we do with her? Well, let's wrap her in Christmas lights. Oh, good idea, Jan. Let's do that. Multicolored or all white? I don't know. Wow.
Well, a bunch of their videos were about like anti-Semitism. They said horrifying things about Jewish people, about Black people, about gay people.
But love has won.
Right, but love has won.
Yes.
Love has won.
Crazy has won more than once recently.
Well, so now 2 Father Gods have emerged that think that they're supposed to be in charge of the cult now.
Oh, that's problematic.
And one of the Father Gods took off with all the money. And the other Father God, well, now he doesn't know what to do. So now they're scrambling, trying to figure out. They've rebranded. They pulled all their stuff down and put it all back up with a new name. It's like 5D something something. Anyway, it's a hell of a deal.
My goodness.
Yeah. So there's lots of crazy afoot. But you know how Lori Vallow said that she was here to gather the 144,000?
Right.
So did Mother God. That was a part of her premise too. I really laughed about it. I'm like, oh, not so fast.
You know,
there's somebody right here in the Madison County Jail that would have something to say about that one.
There are quite a few cults who use that number and that, whatever you want to call it, theology.
That theology, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is something else. Yep. So Anyway, yeah, so this isn't a true crime show, so sorry about all that. But I thought
it's
Mother
interesting.
Godwin was well suited for this one because, this is how people, and especially over COVID, people, because their following has grown a lot over COVID, lonely, struggling people who found some kind of a niche, and also people who, these guys will convince you that you're special, you're one of the chosen ones, you're supposed to be here with us, and they go and they give up all of their belongings, they hand over all of their money, they sign contracts that everything that they have now belongs to Love Has Won. It's really scary. People abandon their children, their families, and they just go.
Yeah.
It's insane, but it happens, and people do fall into this stuff. It's
Cults
very
are
sad.
pretty common.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I always think about the Hale Bopp Comet people.
Oh God, there's so many. There's just so many.
Oh yeah, it is something. Yeah. Oh, anyway, I don't know. That's what's in my head apparently.
That's wild. I don't. Sometimes following all the stupid shit that humanity does is depressing.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's anytime you think you might be losing your marbles, just take a look around. You're probably not.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember anything, but
At least I'm not putting glitter in someone's eyeballs. I am winning.
At least you're not wrapping a corpse up in Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And probably arguing about whether they should flash or twinkle,
Oh my God.
That's terrible. That's not funny. What's wrong with me?
It's very funny. Yeah, it's very funny.
So we actually wanted to do some bibliomancy on this show.
Bibliomancy.
Say that 10 times fast. So what our thought, Jane said glitter overkill. Oh, Jane. So punny. So I did bring 2 books. I joked with Scott on 1 2 News that I was going to bring the Book of Mormon, but I didn't.
I wish I'd been listening. I missed that.
Oh, well, or any other, anyway.
Yeah.
I know. Always picking on the Mormons. It's not nice. It is not nice.
It's fine, really.
It's not mature. I know this, but I've never claimed to be mature.
I have a segment on my show called What's Up Uranus, so.
Yeah. I did bring the Goddess 365 book.
Nice.
This came from my mom's collection. And
cool.
A very cool book. It's actually a goddess per day, so they're actually like by date.
That's neat.
But I thought we wouldn't use it that way today. We'll just use it by, flipping to a page.
I wonder if that's out of print. I've never seen that.
It's old. It is old. Got some water damage too, but I'm not really sure why. Who did this? Maybe she did. It was probably her. I was packing her books around, spilling her coffee and stuff. So
I've got.
Looks like it published in 1998, so it's not crazy old. Yeah. So it's 365 Goddess, a daily guide to the magic and inspiration of the goddess by Patricia Telesco. I'll show it to you again. That's what it looks like.
Check that out. I like that idea.
Yeah. And then I also brought Notes from the Universe by Mike Dooley.
Oh, cool.
This is like one of many editions he has of this book, but anyway.
I
liked him.
am doing Untamed by Glennon Doyle.
Love it.
This is the best. I just absolutely love her. So
yeah,
this book is so fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She is.
She's one of those people that just her wisdom is bar none.
Well, she's just very authentic about her struggles and her, anxiety. Yes. I love when she jokes about her anxiety and the, issues it causes. I love her relationship with Abby. I don't know if you guys follow her on Instagram, but Abby's very tidy and Glennon is not. And so Abby's always, getting after her for the clumps of toothpaste, and their relationship is just cute. So
she is the best. Yeah.
Yep. So what do we got?
All right. So yeah. So throw your questions up in the chat if you'd like for us to read for you and do some bibliomancy. I keep wanting to call it oculomancy, which is a Harry Potter thing.
What is that?
And also, that is when so Snape was teaching Harry oculomancy to keep he who must not be named from breaking into his thoughts and seeing his, like seeing through his eyes.
Oh, that's kind of like a version of remote viewing.
Yeah, and it didn't go well because Snape and Harry hated each other, and Snape could never stop saying mean things about Harry's parents, who are dead, which was very uncalled for, and that's how it all went down. So Harry finally fought back, and he sought into Snape's memories and saw some things that helped him understand more about who Snape was, and then Snape was mad because he was humiliated, and there you go.
Wow. My kids
in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
My kids never liked Harry Potter, and I was always very offended.
Mine didn't either. I couldn't make any of my kids read Harry Potter until last year. And Mars started reading a Harry Potter book, and she's like, Mom, these books are awesome. And I'm like, bro, I could kill you for this. I've told you that so many times. Yeah.
Bro, that cracks me up.
Yeah. Well, Micah particularly considers himself to be well-read. He's read a lot of books. And I told him, I said, you're not well-read until you've read Harry Potter. I'm sorry. Until you've read all of the Harry Potter books and all of the Lord of the Rings books, don't come at me with your well-read nonsense. No.
Yeah. I'm not particularly well-read, but I have read all of those.
Yeah.
And Wind in the Willows, those were amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Well, let's get started. Right. So let's jump into the chat room.
Yeah.
So we have got... Oh, well, it has been Elizabeth's birthday. Do you want to give her a birthday message?
Yes. Okay. I shall flip through the words of Glennon. All right, give me a second here. Some of this, it's kind of hard because the context is lengthy.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. A few weeks after the event, Liz sent me an email saying she thought we should try friendship. She sent along this poem. I honor your gods, I drink at your well. I bring an undefended heart to our meeting place. I have no cherished outcomes. I will not negotiate by withholding. I am not subject to disappointment. She offered a new friendship memo that for us there would be no arbitrary rules, obligations, or expectations. We would not owe each other anything other than admiration, respect, love, and all of that was done already. We became friends. Well, so I definitely feel like there's a new friendship or relationship coming soon. I know that she just moved, and I have felt for a while that the move would also set off sort of a chain reaction of other things too. So I do feel like there's a couple different relationships. What's the word I'm looking for? Sort of preparing to come in. I wanted to use the word looming, but that sounds ominous. Yeah, and just a friendship that doesn't have a lot of weirdness and restriction and expectations, that you can just be yourself and be sort of liberated from sometimes friendships just require a lot of effort to make them work. And I feel like this one, I do feel there's both a platonic and a romantic something coming. And both of them, I think, fall into that category of just not having to try so hard to make it work. So
nice.
Yay for you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So I have Mary. So Mary, I'm going to do a two-parter. She said, I would love your insights about our rental house. We have 3 options, and I need to decide now. Re-rent it, sell it, or do a 1031 exchange, which is buy another property with the same or higher value. Capital gains will be atrocious, but I think we should sell it anyways. Would love guidance from the angels or guides. Mary, I'm absolutely with you on selling it. I have this weird energy building around that house, some anticipation. I feel like there could be something come through your area, whether it's a natural disaster or the house floods. I just keep feeling like something's going to go down with that house that really decreases the value, that really makes you sorry you didn't sell it when you could. So that's what comes up for me, for what it's worth. I am with you on selling it. I feel like this will be your very best option. But that's not bibliomancy. So I did flip to a page in 365 Goddess, and I flipped to May. And this is what the page says. May gets its name from the Roman goddess Maya, who embodies the earth's renewal during spring. Next to New Year's Eve, May Day was among the most popular holidays in the Old World, marking the time when the sun's warmth and nature's fertility began appearing in the land. Later, well over 100 nations chose to celebrate Labor Day on May 1st, giving everyone a much-needed rest from winter's tasks. For the purpose of your magical escapades, the theme is definitely blossoming and liveliness. Use as many flower parts as possible in spells and rituals, and go outside frequently to get closer to nature. Energies emphasized by this month include creativity, inventiveness, fertility, health, and metaphysically spring cleaning in the area of your life or sacred space. Mary, I just thought that was perfect for you in every way, And of course, I know that is May, and May's almost over, but it doesn't really have to be this month. It's just the guidance for you currently. And especially with all of your beautiful roses and, all the yard work you are doing in connection to outside, I feel like that just is very affirming and supportive to how you're living.
Love it.
Yeah. So Denise would love a reading. She says, spending lots of time and energy with both parents in and out of the hospital and helping to manage PT, etc. Any insights for the next few weeks would be appreciated. Do you want to take a look at that one?
Yep. Okay. My finger fell on this. I called my doctor, got back on my meds, and returned myself to me. Take good care of all of yourselves. Fight like hell to keep yourself. And when you lose her, do whatever it takes to return to her. There's also this little note that she wrote to herself, to herself. You love your life, mostly. The smell of Tish's hair makes you melt. Sunsets blow your mind every time. You laugh 20 times a day. You see more magic than the average bear. You feel loved. You are loved. You have a beautiful life that you have fought hard for. I think this is a reference to when you're depressed, you forget. I'm not suggesting that you're depressed, but when you're depressed, you forget what it feels like when you're not. And so she wrote this reminder to herself so that she would remember that she would be okay and that she needed to fight for herself. I feel like this is just a message for you to make sure that you are caring for yourself in addition to caring for your parents. And that I do think there's some advocating that you'll have to do on their behalf to make sure that they get what they need as well. But I think mostly this is just making sure that you include yourself in that whole story of caring for your parents and you, because if you don't put on your own oxygen mask, you can't help the people around you put on theirs, that whole thing. So hopefully that helps, Denise.
Okay. Oh, we have a troll in the chat. Sorry about that, guys. In the live stream, just ignore them. And I will delete them when the show is over. So frustrating.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it looks like I can hide their messages from stream. Oh no, what did I do? I put it on the screen. Oh, never mind. Don't look at that. We get trolled sometimes. It's so frustrating. Okay. I am going to take JR. She said, my anxiety is not great right now. What do you see? So, JR, I'm going to pull you a page from the Notes to the Universe, or from the Universe, sorry, from the Mike Dooley book. I love this book. Okay. All right. It says, glad I caught you early because today is going to be one of those days. You know, the kind of day that will literally unfold moment by moment, phone call by phone call, event after event, all based upon the thoughts you choose to think, moment by moment, phone call by phone call, event after event, starting right now. You are so powerful that the entire world looks to you for direction. Well, at least today, because it's going to be one of those days. Ready for you today. Really, for you today, it's going to be like pulling rabbits from a hat. So, I like that answer, that it is going to be one of those days. It seems like it's actually kind of been one of those weeks. So I do feel like for you, you know, and because your anxiety's been high, I actually feel like you're feeling that full moon and that eclipse. That made a lot of people really anxious.
Oh, God, it was a tough one.
That I feel like will dissipate in a few days. But JR, a few thoughts for you. I feel like you need some good practices to ground some of that anxiety out of your body. And so, I mean, obviously, if you are under medical care for anxiety, this is a good time to reach out to your doctor and tell them that you're feeling much more anxious than normal. If you're not, and this is just, you know, kind of something that comes and goes for you and you don't feel like you need to be medicated, that's fine too. But I feel like this is a time for you to move your body, you know, find some ways to move. It doesn't mean you have to run a 5K, you know, but at least take a walk, get outside, breathe some fresh air. And I'm going to actually really recommend that you get some labs done at some point. I wonder when your last physical was. I am suspicious. I wonder what your thyroid looks like. I wonder what your situation looks like as far as just all of your labs are concerned. And if your hormones and thyroid are in balance, I'm a little suspicious that they might not be. So I do think that, because sometimes anxiety manifests in your body because you do have some kind of a chemical thing happening and some lack of balance. And so I just really wonder, JR. So I'm going to throw that one out there. But again, getting yourself out. And also, if you are on the essential oil track, using bergamot oil right now would be really helpful. And so would grapefruit. So those are ones that come up. Yeah. Kelly, there was a question about dance that I wanted you to take. Are you on it?
I'm on it already.
I thought you would be because you're the dance girl. Okay. Yeah. So it is Rebecca, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Rebecca, I did dance for many years, taught dance, and helped run a dance studio. So I'm with you. So her question was having peace around dance. If I'm understanding this correctly, it sounds like you have some anxiety because you don't pick up combinations quick enough, and maybe you're questioning if you should keep dancing. The answer is, of course, yes, you should keep dancing always. Let me pull this paragraph out of this book. I keep fiddling with my ear because this earphone is coming out. This little passage that I flipped to Rebecca is Glennon. Abby had, I guess, a necklace that had a G on it, and it got tangled, and Abby got really frustrated. And this is the paragraph. Like that time your G necklace got a knot in it, you stood there by the bed grumbling, threatening to throw it away. I asked you for the chain, held it in my hand, almost invisible, delicate white gold, impossible. You left. I kept at it for a while, impressing myself with my patience, and then, one tug in the right place, it all came undone. You walked back into our room. I held it up proud. Wow, you said. You bent down, and I clasped it back around you and kissed your cheek. So number one, I think perhaps there's a cat stepping in my way right now. That's what I think. I think perhaps it's not a matter of should you keep dancing. It's a matter of should you keep dancing where you're dancing. I feel like the environment might just not be the right fit or right vibe for you. Piece around dance. So the passage talks about patience. So I do think you have to have patience for yourself, but also dance should be an exercise in joy and freedom. And if you're just too knotted up around doing it right, then it sucks all the joy out of it. So I think this is like the chain, the necklace. You just keep working at it until, it comes loose. Snitch, would you like to be on camera? Honey, is that what you really need? Say hi. Okay, now go. So keep working at that chain until that knot comes out. But I do feel like perhaps a change in venue is needed. Hope that helps.
Nice. Okay. Oh, I muted myself.
I was going to say, now I can't hear you.
Well, so that I could sniffle and cough and stuff.
Good.
That's awesome. Okay, so I have a reading for Jane. So Jane, I pulled you a page out of the 365 Goddess deck. It is a goddess from Japan. Okami. Okame. That's how I'm going to say it. So the themes are luck and kindness. The symbols are masks and good luck charms. About Okami. In Japanese art, Okami is portrayed as a simple and somewhat homely, yet her domain is the beautiful energy of good fortune and kind acts. In this form, Okami gently reminds us that true beauty really does come from within. Local lore claims that any area that bears a mask of Okami's likeness is blessed with her lucky nature. So I thought that was kind of fun. So they suggest taking some kind of a token, like it could be a coin or it could be a crystal or it could be, anything that you want to name as and bless with the energy of Okami, and then leave that in any area of your house that needs to be blessed with abundance and with luck. So I loved that. I thought that was kind of fun, especially as you're kind of, in transition here and trying to decide how things look. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Quelly responded to Rebecca's dance question too. I just wanted to read this. God lives through you and comes alive in motion when you dance. Just do it. That's beautiful. And I know Quelly has at least one kid that dances, so she gets it.
Yeah, that's
dance
right.
It's such a beautiful art form.
The eyelash conversation. So that actually makes me have to ask, what happened with that?
I think one of the daughter's friends' moms who had some sort of, she had a makeup artist. Anyway, she did both their makeups.
Did the lashes. Okay, good. I wondered about that. I remember.
The things we lose sleep over. We are invested in you people. You don't understand.
I was wondering. I love that, Quelly. Thank you for that.
Very cool.
Yeah. Look, you guys, we have really done it. We're just about out of time. Lillian, I'm going to answer it really quick because George has the door opened with George. I'm saying yes. I feel like he's gone through a bit of he's kind of gone through that transformation and starting to come through the other side. And I'm going to say yes, it's possible to just go ahead and take that opportunity now meaning like throughout the next few months. But yes, I'm going to say yes. Alrighty, well, we've done it. We've talked down to the end of the show. We will be back next week with Strange Phenomena and Mysteries with Raven. You can find me on Mondays with the Katie Weaver Show. No, you can't. You can find me on Mondays with 1-2 News. Where am I? What's my name?
Katie Weaver, that's all we know.
That's all I know. You can find me on Tuesdays with the Katie Weaver Show. And you can find Kelly with Bitchsplaining on Thursday nights. What's your topic tonight?
Tonight, this is my bitch cup. Tonight, we are talking about random stuff and also kind of emerging from the pandemic and going back to work and sort of all those new things that are old things that we have to figure out how to do again.
Gotcha. Okay. Good enough. All righty, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please stay tuned for Sounds Like Lisa. You have been listening to Read Me with Katie and Kelly here on 1-2 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.